नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू bizbotany। आज हम पढ़ेंगे फर्टिलाइजेशन के बारे में। फर्टिलाइजेशन फर्टिलाइजेशन मीन्स व्हाट? द फ्यूजन ऑफ मेल एंड फीमेल गैमेट्स। फ्यूजन ऑफ मेल एंड फीमेल गैमेट्स, हम उसे क्या बोलेंगे? सिंगैमी बोलते हैं। क्या बोलेंगे? सिंगैमी। Fusion of male and female gamete is known as syngamy, or sometimes we call it as the process of fusion of male and female gamete. We call it as a fertilization process. Fertilization process. Fertilization. In this case, in some organisms, like some birds, some birds in honeybees, rotifer plants, and in some lizards too, you can see female gametes undergo development. Female gamete, nothing but an egg, undergo development. It undergo development. It forms a new organisms. It forming a new organisms without fertilization. बिना फर्टिलाइजेशन के फीमेल गैमेट्स क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ पर नया ऑर्गेनिजम्स फॉर्मेशन कर रहा। दिस टाइप ऑफ फर्टिलाइजेशन वी कॉल इट एज दिस टाइप ऑफ इवेंट वी कॉल इट एज पार्थेनोजेनेसिस। Parthenogenesis. In this case, there is no variation will be seen because it is forming from a female gametes only na. That's why there is no variation occur in offsprings. But in some cases, like in aquatic animals, like fishes and in algae, they are living in aquatic habitat na. In aquatic organisms, the syngamy occur in an external medium. The process of syngamy occur in an external medium. External medium means outside the body of the organisms. Consider we have water here. Inside this water, male and female gametes will be released. Male and female gametes will be released. This one is a female gametes. A large number of male and female gametes will be released. The fertilization will occur in outside the body. Male and female organisms releasing their gametes. Male gametes and female gametes are releasing in a water medium. The fertilization will be occur externally. Externally means outside the body of the organism. Such type of fertilization we call it as external fertilization. External fertilization. In this case, what happens? Large number of gametes need to produce. Large number of gametes needs to release to enhance the chances of fertilization. जो फर्टिलाइजेशन के चांसेस रहे ना, उसे ज़्यादा करने के वास्ते बहुत सारे हमें गैमेट प्रोड्यूस करना होगा. That gametes fuses and they form offspring. After syngamy, offspring will be formed. But the main disadvantage of external fertilization is that during the development of offsprings, predators में अटैक टू दी ऑफस्प्रिंग्स. यहाँ पर क्या होंगे? जो प्रेडेटर्स रहते ना, जो लार्ज फिशेस क्या करेंगे? जो ऑफस्प्रिंग्स को क्या करेंगे? खा डालेंगे. अंडरस्टूड? दिस इज द मेन डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन. कमिंग टू दी अदर टाइप ऑफ फर्टिलाइजेशन इन हायर प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स. In many organisms, like in many terrestrial बोले तो क्या, जो organisms living on a land, उस organisms को हम क्या बोलेंगे, terrestrial organisms बोलेंगे. Like fungi, animals such as reptiles, birds, mammals के अंदर क्या देखने, mammals and some plants like bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms एंड एंजियोस्पर्म्स के अंदर आपको क्या देखने को मिलेगा, द गैमेट्स, मेल एंड फीमेल गैमेट्स आर प्रोड्यूसिंग इनसाइड द बॉडी. द मेल, in this case, in the terrestrial organisms, male and female gametes are producing inside the body of an organisms. Gametes are producing inside the body of organisms. Hence, fertilization also occurs inside the body. Fertilization means syngamy, fusion of male and female gametes also occur inside the organisms. Such fertilization is known as internal fertilization. Fertilization or syngamy occurring inside the body of an organism, inside the body. This fertilization we call it as a internal fertilization. Okay, usually female gametes will be produced inside the body of an organisms, and male gametes are somewhat motiles. In case of human beings, we have a sperm. Sperms are motile and they are produced in a large amounts. Sperms are producing in a large amounts because they need to reach the female gametes. Now, egg will be produced inside the body of an organisms. Okay, these male gametes are motile and they are producing in a large amounts. They reach to the female gametes. Anyhow, they reach to the female gametes. Fertilization will be occur inside the body of an organism. Such type of fertilization we are calling it as internal fertilization. In some cases, like in plants, we have a structures. Consider we have a stigma, style, ovary, or a female reproductive parts. Inside these female reproductive parts, we have a egg cell. Egg cell will be present inside the embryo. This one is a embryo sac. Embryo sac will be present inside the ovule. In this case, egg will be present with the synergid cells. This egg need to fuse with the pollen grains. The pollen grains are non-motile. How they are? These pollen grains are non-motile. Pollen grains are present on a anther. This one is an anther and filament. Anyhow, these pollen grains reach to the stigma of the female reproductive organ of plants with the help of wind. Okay, wind pollination will be occur sometimes. Anemophily will also occurs. They reach to the stigma of a female sex organs. This one is a stigma, style, and this part we call it as a ovary. Even though they are non-motile, these pollen grains are non-motile. What happens? Due to the presence of nectar here in a stigma, these pollen grains undergo germination. These pollen grains undergo germination. They form a pollen tube. Pollen tube will be formed. This pollen tube reaches the female gametes. This pollen tube reaches the female gametes for the syngamy purpose. In case of non-motile pollen grains. In case of non-motile pollen grains. This type of fertilization you can see in the organisms. One external fertilization, another one is a internal fertilization. External fertilization means the syngamy occurring outside the body of an organisms. In internal fertilization, syngamy will be happening inside the body of an organisms. Thank you.